Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Friday Frothy. Welcome back. This is the place where you get all your sports updates during the week, and you sit down and you have a frothy with Glenn. Oh, hello. It's up and running. Well, this is the Friday Frothy. Well, here we are, Glennie. You're back, mate.
Back, mate. I've had all my Easter eggs and my fish, mate, and I've...
Well, it's working the sound. Sorry, mate.
Oh, yeah, it's okay. I've come back, mate. I wondered if I had a chair here, because lovely Alison did such a wonderful job, mate. I didn't think I'd be back on. But,
yeah, she did all right with the old stiffy graph.
Yeah, she's done a beautiful job, mate. I think I better have to lift my game.
Now, there's two things I've got to say tonight. Well, there's three things I've got to say tonight. The first thing is that you might see a few more microphones. That's because we're trying a podcast this evening for the first time, so we'll see how that goes. The second thing, you're wearing the long sleeves, mate. What's going on there?
It's a little bit bitter down in Tasmania, down in Hobart at the moment, and I'm a little bit weak.
Soft.
Where did you come from?
Brisbane.
Yeah, exactly. That's why you've got nothing on tonight.
Soft.
There you go.
Soft. The third thing I have to say tonight, guys, is that we have a little bit of a live audience. Hello, audience!
Some great people out there.
Oh, they're not that fired up, are they? G'day, audience! Hey!
That sounds...
Yeah, swing around. There's not many there.
Did you hear the boo then?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Bit of booing.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. That'll be on tonight's show.
There's a little bit of controversy about booing and that, isn't there? And we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, we certainly will, mate. Alison's just doing a pan around of the big audience that we've got there of all four. And, yeah, I reckon how we look. Yeah, we're on. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining in. And we've got a lot on this evening, Glenn.
We have. A lot's been happening in sport.
It's been a big week.
Doesn't stop, does it?
We've got another couple of subscribers during the week.
We have.
And why is that important, Glenn?
It was important to subscribe.
Why?
Well, mate, this is the way we can get through the 100 mark.
Yeah.
That's we need to do that.
Because at the moment our page number is 8675309, and we don't want that anymore.
Usually I've got your number. But
exactly.
At the moment, I don't know if we have Carlton's number on the weekend, but we'll see how we go with that.
Well, let's talk about that later on. But
Corey says, good evening and go the Blues.
G'day, Corey.
There you go.
Corey. We actually just said what's going to happen.
So, Corey, we could have a bit of fun, mate, if we're going to banter tonight, mate, because me being one-eyed Hawthorn and that, and they're playing up in they'll be playing up in the sleet there in Lonnie because it's on the game. There's another thing, mate. It's 3:00 Sunday afternoon
again,
and they want people to go up there and watch the footy. And the people from Lonnie. 3:00 on a Sunday. What would you play at 3:00 on a Sunday for?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll worry about that later.
We will. But we'll do some tipping later, and Hawthorn Carlton. That's the big one that we're going to watch.
Yeah.
Now, guys, as I said, we've had a few more subscribers, and the reason we want to get to 100 subscribers is so we have a Friday Frothy name on YouTube,
Absolutely.
Not just a number. So please, if you're out there, and also then you can talk to us as well on the show.
And of course, if you don't know, it doesn't cost you anything.
No.
It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe.
Well, it costs me.
Well.
No, it doesn't. But also check out our Facebook page as well, because always updating things there, and we'll get onto that soon. But we updated something on the surfing this afternoon.
Yes, we've got a little bit on the surfing.
Some big waves. Big waves.
It's bigger than our high rises here in Hobart.
We got a
high rise.
We got a sailing boat in Hobart at the moment that's higher than the casino. Just as mast.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Now, good news, guys. I spoke with Ken Peace during the week.
Master
Ken Peace. I actually asked the question why we call him the Master and Master Peace. How stupid am I? Seriously?
Oh, we'd had a few drinks when we met him on the boat.
Oh, dear.
We'd had a few, mate.
But anyway, he's agreed. He's definitely coming back on. He'll be on in a couple of weeks. I won't be here next week.
No.
So you'll have Al back sitting here with you.
We'll have to put a cardboard. Do we put a cardboard cup?
Who knows what she'll do?
I mean, yeah, we'll be right. We'll do a lovely job here.
Yeah, you'll be fine, mate. And then a couple of weeks later, we will have Ken back on. Look, we've probably got 6 or 7 questions from viewers to ask Ken questions.
Yes.
But guys, if you do have anything out there that you want us to ask, still got time. Send it in.
Send it
to our what is it, Al? The Friday Frothy at gmail.com.
It is. I'll pop that up if you like.
That is it. So send through any questions on AFL or cricket, basically, and this guy will be able to answer it. He's an absolute genius. So can't wait to have him back on the show.
What are we going into, mate?
Well,
what are we talking about?
I reckon let's go to Out With It. Can we go to Out With It?
We can go
We'll
there.
go with that.
Let's
we
do
go.
it. Yeah.
Out with it!
That's Out With It, Glennie. Well, guys in the audience, we had a bit of a talk about it before, and out there in YouTube land, booing at the Anzac Day game.
What do we think?
That was a bit iffy, but booing in general, I don't know.
Yeah, but you pay your money to go to the. If you let's be honest. If you go, I think I spoke to Ed out in the audience. He's a very one-eyed St Kilda supporter, actually on top of the ladder, just about.
No way.
But
sorry.
the thing is, if you go and pay your money, you can boo.
Yeah, booing.
You can boo it.
Boo.
But what the problem was is that because it was Anzac Day, and the guy, to show a bit of respect, once the game's over, it's over, isn't it? And Pendlebury, that's who they were booing. He won the medal.
Yeah.
And I think, you just get on with it and get straight to the pub after that, shouldn't you? And have a froth.
Yeah, but Glenn and audience, and people out there, please comment. Are they booing? Are they booing the players? Are they booing the umpires? Or are they booing the rules? Because the rules are that bad at the moment.
It is that bad. Like, honestly, we've spoken about for weeks now. Obviously we follow our sides, but I've looked independently at all the teams.
No,
I've looked
I
at,
don't.
I've
I'm a
looked
St
at
Kilda.
the-
I'm a
I've
St
looked at
Kilda.
the, but I've looked at that's it. I've looked at all the different games, and across the board, I don't think the supporters, again, as I said, they don't know what's going on.
No.
The umpires certainly,
Nope.
they can't umpire it properly at the moment.
Yep.
And I think the supporters and that are just sort of. I mean, I don't know about you. I know you were disgusted when we had the about North Melbourne here a couple of weeks ago. I was with Hawthorn.
I'm struggling.
I don't know, mate. I'm struggling with it.
I'm struggling to watch the game, and it's not because North Melbourne's doing so poorly.
It's got nothing to do with it.
We could be on top of the ladder,
Yeah.
and I'd still be struggling with the
Yeah,
game.
it's just still hard.
It's
hard
just.
to watch.
Well, you're a Richmond supporter, and you're a St
Yeah.
Kilda. What do you guys think? You liking the way the game's going, or you think it's a bit?
And not about winning.
Just on the booing, I think they booed because it's Collingwood.
Right?
Yeah, it's because an Essendon player didn't win the medal.
Mm.
Yeah, that was the Pendlebury one. There wasn't much in that.
But what do you think of the rules, the way they've changed it and stuff? Are you liking the?
Do you like this
Do you like the
6-6-6?
game, or-
Do you think
Eight
it's?
rules.
Can I just say one thing?
I've got something to say.
Ask Matt.
not the same.
Let Matt finish that, and then I've got something after Matt replies.
What were you saying, mate?
What do you reckon?
About the rules?
Yeah. Do you like it or
No,
not?
no, I don't.
You don't. You
So,
don't.
was it even though Richmond and the Saints are going really well because they move the ball so quickly, don't they? That's why they're dominating.
Well, that's what
and
it
they're fit. But the thing is, the whole thing about this 6-6-6 thing was that not the nature of the bush, but apart from that, it was so that you it was basically designed so that you score more and that there was bigger scores. Even the game against Richmond and that the other night, the score was.
Well, it's only because Richmond got away in the end. That the
And
score
against
actually got up to
Melbourne,
about 70 or something.
they dominated in the end. Richmond dominated the game against the D's against Melbourne, but Melbourne could not do nothing on the forward line, and they keep getting it in there.
Yep.
They get it in there about 30 times, and they kick one goal. So I don't know.
Glenn, you weren't here last week, and I put up a stat. Well, I said a stat about the scoring. It's the worst scoring that they've had since 1967.
It is. It's low.
All right?
Well,
I don't know.
I know what happened in '67 down here. There was bushfires.
Well, there was.
Very friendly year.
But they did say last week that they were going to look at it, and they were talking about changing. And then we had 3 or 4 games last week that scores over 100, and all of a sudden, no, we're on the right track. We're not doing it. We're not changing anything. It's a hot potato netball.
Yes, I reckon you're right.
It's
hot
a
potato.
hand passing game.
There was
potato,
one guy
hot
there.
potato.
There was one guy there from Essendon the other day, and the guy's running at his back to him, and the guy he was that quick, he handballed to his back. That's where the game's going at the moment. The skill level is dropping.
Yeah.
And only the good sides, again, we're talking Richmond and these sort of sides, what's happening at the moment, the sides that can pinpoint the ball around and hit the target, they're doing well. The other sides, they're struggling.
And I also believe, and I said this last week, that I believe that some coaches are struggling with it, and they're just not getting their head around it, and this is why.
From the Freenote Gallery,
yes,
they are still getting 92,000 people to the game.
How long will that last though? If that continues, oh, geez, you have a look at comments on the AFL site, and every single comment is about how poorly it's. Look, everyone's having a crack at the umpires, and it's not the umpires.
Well, they're only doing what they're told to do. But I don't think they know.
They're struggling. Because even the commentators are saying that they don't know what's going on, and I do the same thing, Eddie. I look at a game and I watch it, and it was the Essendon North Melbourne game last week, and Essendon got a free kick, and I've just gone, what?
What's it about?
North Melbourne got a free kick, and what? It just
sometimes it's the one over the shoulder. If you're a forward and you get the. They get the tap on the shoulder and they say that's
one.
And the hitting behind the back of the hands. Let it play
they're
on.
Not
just
consistent.
play it on.
What about the Sicily one?
That's when we're being inconsistent. This is where we're going, and this is out with it because going back weeks ago, Sicily, and I know he's a firebrand, but he
typical Hawthorn thug.
Well, he's a Dermot Brereton.
Sorry, Ken Peace.
But at any rate, he did a misdemeanor. It probably cost Hawthorn the game.
Yep.
And they took it down the ground. He put the guy 10 yards out, kicked a goal, and he got a week. He got a week for that.
Yeah. And this
play Geelong. He's playing Geelong. He's standing in front of Hawkins. Hawkins, whose record's not that good over the last year, gives him a tap in the guts, as they say.
Play on.
Oh no! Well, they play on exactly, and no report. It goes to the tribunal. Nothing, no different, and it's right. He's right to play.
Just be consistent.
So be
guys.
consistent.
If you're going to change the rules every week, you've got to be consistent.
They tried to stamp out this hitting in the guts, didn't they, and all that sort of stuff.
Jeez.
And where's that going?
Yeah, the froth. Oh, you all right?
Did you hear that?
Jeez, you're all right. Jeez.
What are we drinking tonight?
Anyway, that's out with it. Anyway, we've finished.
I haven't got any more to say about it, mate.
I'm cranky with the football, and it needs to change because not because North Melbourne's doing bad, but just because I'm struggling to watch a game. Now, I normally watch every game every weekend, don't I, Al? But at the moment, I'm struggling to watch a game.
And for God's sake, let's do one thing for the players. Get the drinks blokes out, back out on the ground. They're actually cramping in the third quarters and second quarters. They're not getting enough fluid into their body.
Get some froths out on the ground.
Get some froths out there, for God's sake.
That's what we need, froths.
Should be back like the old days. You can have a dari at half time too, but you can't do that anymore.
A dari. All right, Al, that was out with it. That's out with it.
Out with it!
All right, Glennie.
Okay.
We're a month out from the Cricket World Cup, and I know we've talked about Warner and Smith and Bancroft, and I'm not talking about them tonight.
No.
Dale Staines done his shoulder again.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's why you come here for breaking news.
That's breaking news.
Breaking news.
So that's it. He's gone for a while.
Well, I don't know. They don't know. They're sending him home. He was in the IPL, and they're sending him back and seeing if they can do something to fix his shoulder. But I don't think so because he did it last year. And geez, you're hobbling out there, old man. And oh, hello. And
he'll be missed.
He missed.
Well,
he missed 12 months.
Yeah,
he missed 12 months when he
makes him a better side with him in it. But
he's a champion bowler.
He's a champion bowler.
Was he in the World 11 guys, Dale Steyn?
No, he doesn't deserve to. He's got a bad shoulder.
Well, he's out now. He's not in.
Well, there you go. Comments from the super coach, Eddie. Still on a bit of cricket. Oh,
No. Just cricket? No, it's just cricket. We're going cricket.
Yeah, yeah. Shane Watson has retired from the BBL today.
I didn't know that either.
What? See, you come here, mate. You get all the news.
Oh, this is why we do what we do.
So Shane Watson has been with Sydney Thunder for the last 4 years.
He has.
3 years he's been a captain.
Yep.
He's been the highest run scorer for that team.
He's been a great player.
He has been
in that, especially in the short term.
291 wickets he's taken for Australia.
He's been a great
10,000 runs.
He said his bank account's full.
Yeah, well, he's retiring from the BBL, right? But he's not. But he's no.
Is he still going to play?
He's still available for selection overseas. So
right.
show me the money.
Show me the money.
And,
okay.
I'll keep playing. So
well, he's not silly, is he?
I've got one more cricket one here. Is that all right?
Yeah, go for it. Cricket, man. I'm interested with all this. Well, I haven't been up with.
I bet you don't know this one either.
I don't.
on the IPL final, which is on in a couple of weeks' time, they're going to run a female 2020 side by side.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And the Australian team, which are the world reigning champions, right? They're the champions of the
champions
T20,
of the world.
Right, the World Cup, yeah. They've been snubbed, and not one Australian's been picked for this exhibition round robin. Sorry about that, guys. Round robin match. So people from New Zealand, West Indies, and somewhere else, which I can't remember, have been selected to take place in this exhibition match.
Yep.
But no one from the Australian team is in. They've all been snubbed. And
That's awful.
that is awful.
Okay.
Hey, what are you eating? Oh, I thought it was an apple.
Well,
They've all been snubbed.
it's
They're all gone.
interesting, but as you
Anyone
as
have a piece of apple with their beer?
we was talking about, we're not going to mention Warner and all that, but the one thing we will say is
They're on
at the
fire.
moment they're on fire. So things look reasonably good. Hopefully they don't upset the Australian guys. And if they get it right, they should be competitive, shouldn't they, Australia?
Yeah,
Anyway, we'll
one of
say
our
that.
viewers last week, which is a good friend of ours, Craig.
Yep, Craig.
The Don. He suggested
The Don.
that Warner shouldn't come back into the team
No.
because he
Well,
said
that's his opinion.
Well, he said because our team's starting to win, they're actually getting
yeah,
runs on
so
the board.
he
They're
thinks
doing
it
all
might
right.
upset them.
Yeah, but look, you can't. The way that David Warner's hitting the ball, he's just on.
It's got to be.
He's on fire. It's got to be the best. The best has got to play.
Yeah.
Spiros did it with one goat. He's not. I mean, he made it up once.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know.
that's
I
right.
know.
The old
I know.
Australian way is that's right. You've got to be forgiven. Make a mistake, you get another.
And you
go.
move on.
Move on.
But both of the boys, all three of them, Bancroft last week had a
Well, he's been going well.
yeah, he's playing really well. Warner and Smith are both playing well. So,
Okay, that's it. Pay your best side. That's it.
Glennie,
Yes. Surfing.
bit of surfing news, mate.
Well, yeah. Okay. Well, I had a little bit. You've got a bit on the surfing
Well,
too, haven't you?
Steph, is she?
So-
She is out. She was really worried about the size of the surf this weekend.
Yeah, the Steph Gilmore.
I've been
Yeah,
worried about it too.
yeah.
Well, let me just say
You
that
go,
it
mate.
was the well, obviously what we're talking about is the Bells Rip Curl Pro down at the Great Bells, which you and lovely Alison went down to.
I've
Didn't you?
surfed
You've surfed it.
Yeah, with me and Keanu
Yeah,
and Patrick
Reeves, you were
Swayze.
the,
I was on the
Point-
beach with
Right.
Keanu.
So
you were
Point-
on board
Point
with
Break.
Patrick Swayze.
Point Break.
Yeah. We
Yeah, well, it is.
Well,
It's a 50. The 50-year-old storm, which that film was put on, is now exactly what it is.
It is.
a 50-year storm.
It is.
So what I will say is the great Kelly Slater, and this is going back on Thursday, the 11-time world champion.
11.
He went through the first round 16,
Yep.
and he ousted one of the Australian world title hopes, Julian Wilson.
Oh yeah. He was there with the shark attack. Yes.
Yes,
Sorry.
yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
No, you're
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
And so Slater, he scored something 11.84 points on his ride. And,
Yep.
to 7.20, which was Julian Wilson's score. But then Slater, when he came in off the surf, that's when he turned. This was going back to Thursday, and that when he won that. But he said, "At any rate, boys and girls," he said, 50-year-old storm coming through. He said 15 foot, which is 5 metre, probably to 7 metre. I think you might have reported to me.
Well,
tonight.
no. The reporter on TV today.
Well, he said that it could be anything like that.
It could be
yeah.
up to 13 metres.
So it's going to be what Slater said. Even for him, he said he's going to go a bigger board. He said he'll be bringing out a bigger board, so they're going to have to go bigger boards.
Yep.
And he said there's going to be some serious, might be a couple of serious injuries too. In other words, be on your guard.
So you're saying it's going to get bigger tomorrow than what it
Well,
was today?
that's only what they can predict. They can only predict that. But between now and Saturday,
Yep.
we're talking it can be anything. It's certainly not going to fizzle out. We're not talking 2-footers or anything like that.
Oh,
So,
no. Well, it's big. Did you guys see any of it today? It's pretty
Bigger
big.
than our high rises in Hobart.
Well,
Yeah,
yes.
well, that's
yes.
it.
8 stories. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. So well, that's really. I mean, we can keep going on about it, but until they've actually surfed it,
Well, yeah.
we get some more results.
Yeah.
That's pretty much all we can say.
Well,
but
hopefully
the great Kelly Slater, he's still in there at the
Yeah.
moment. So
Yep.
good on him.
Yep.
47-year-old mate.
How's
Yeah.
Opoluco? Is that? I can't remember his
He's
name.
not. He's
No, he's retired.
He's
Not
retired.
stutter.
I can't remember his name. That was really
Yeah.
bad. Anyway,
exactly what you just said.
Mark Occhilupo.
Cockadooey.
That'll do.
Cockadooey.
I can't remember how to say it.
At any rate, but you viewers out there, if you've got any... Oh, by the way, any of you viewers out there, because we obviously didn't hear a lot today, other than that this is, obviously Friday. But if you've got anything on surfing and you want to join in, give us a bell. Anything you can tell us about what you know about what's happening down at Burls between now and even into next week.
Ring the bloody bell.
Ring the bell, and let us know. So that's surfing,
Speaking of viewers, missing Adelaide Crows are the best. It's been nearly 2 weeks now since we've had him on. So Adelaide Crows are the best. Where are you, mate? Because we're missing you.
Yeah, because you actually, they got a win too, didn't they? The other week?
Yeah, they beat Gold Coast.
Well, they got a win. So don't, Adelaide Crows.
I think Carlton beat Gold Coast.
We've got to get more vocal when we're down.
Yes.
Not when we're, when things are flying.
Yeah, sitting in the sun having a margarita.
Yeah, exactly
right.
So,
all right, so you done with serving?
We're done with surfing.
Oh, no,
mate.
the froth is gone. Anyway, doesn't matter.
That's what happens, mate, when you get 10-foot waves in behind us, 15-foot.
Mate, Good Friday, bit of USC, because I know you like McGregor.
Well, I do.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
He's
A little bit of trouble, is he? No.
he's a dirty bugger.
Yeah, he's in a bit of strife.
He's a dirty bugger. Good Friday.
Good promoter.
Exhibition match fight between him and Michael McGran, I think your name is.
He was the old boxer. He was a boxer in. I saw that. I saw part of this. Yeah.
Fourth round, they come out. He comes out.
He come out. He went back. He's gone back.
Yeah, he's come out.
He's giving him a clean lift.
Boxers they go like that and they hit each other.
He's hit him.
That's what boxers do, don't they? Hit each other.
Yeah, but that was before when they hit the gloves
and
they go, the round's going to start.
Good luck.
He's gone whack. He's given him one. He
got him while he was trying to do this.
Got him while he tried to hit gloves. And it was called a dirty shot or whatever you want to call it.
Well, it was the cheapest shot I've ever caught in my life. So it's a cheap shot.
It was a cheap
absolute cheap shot. So yes.
Anyway, Connor.
All right, Connor, you're a dirty fighter. Absolutely dirty.
Dirty rat.
We're getting a bit vocal out there.
So,
NRL, mate. Let's go some rugby league.
Rugby league. We can get into the rugby league. Had a
big double header yesterday. Was it Anzac Day yesterday? It's gone so quickly.
Yes.
The Roosters and the Dragons.
Roosters got up, didn't they?
They did.
The Roosters got
20 to 10 against the Dragons. The Melbourne Storm.
Did they win that or go down? They played the Warriors. I only saw a bit of that on TV.
The Warriors.
I didn't get the last score.
The Warriors were in front for the whole game, basically.
They got up and won. Storm.
Yeah, a bit controversial. The fans are going nuts. Yeah,
it's over there, wasn't it?
Someone's picked up the ball, tried to play it on really quickly, and dropped it. Should have been, I think, a knock on, and it wasn't. Kicked a field goal. Croft kicked a field goal from 40 metres out, bounced it off into the post, and actually won the game 13 to 12. So Melbourne got up by 1 point.
Well done, Storm. Anyway. I like the Storm.
Yeah.
I mean, I like my Sharks, but I do like.
There's a lot of people saying that that wasn't right. That wasn't right. So if you watch the game, guys, you rugby league supporters, give us a yell and let us know.
And any of you Broncos supporters out there too, up there in Brisbane, Vegas, and up there in the Queensland coast, or just around Australia because you go for the Broncos. But they're off to a pretty well, let's face it, a disastrous start. They're a little bit like Melbourne, aren't they, in the AFL?
North Melbourne.
They've got the 1-5 record at the moment, and
that's what we've got, haven't we?
So do you not? Huh?
That's what North's got, haven't we?
Yeah, but we'll talk about that later. But they on Saturday night at Suncorp, so this is up on their own dunghole, mate. At the old Suncorp, which is a great stadium.
Go the dunghole.
They're playing the Sharks, my team. And because what I'm going to say is it won't get any better, only because I'm a Sharks, supporter. But it's the worst start they've had since 1999. And
Prince.
And 1999. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Sorry.
And Brisbane. Remember Shane Webke?
Yeah.
The great star.
Webke.
He's a star, and Origin champion. Well, he was playing in the 1999 side. And he was saying that they only had one win, so he's just sort of he's just sort of saying, look, back then he said we had one win and a draw after round 10. That was in that side, and he said they were a star-studded side. So that's some great players.
Yeah.
And he said they went on, he said after that time, he said they won every other game and they got into the final, scraped into the 8.
Yep.
So
they were a powerhouse back then.
All's not lost yet, but why I brought this up too is because we've spoken about their coaches. So they got that Anthony Seibold. So they got Anthony Seibold come in. He's copping a little bit of flack, but they reckon the players are not. They reckon they're not. They're getting a lot of flack from outside. This is where I'm going to talk about North Melbourne later on, because outside greats are starting to say what's going on, and they're putting the boots in. So do they need, what I'm saying to you, do they need to be doing that, or should they be sort of more about, look, okay, it's not started so well,
Glenn,
we're into the season, things can turn around.
Let me just say, you're an ex-football player. I've played a little bit of football, and when you're out in the ground, there's nothing really the coach can do. It's up to the players, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And it annoys me because every time, like Brad Scott's coming under fire now.
He is under fire.
And we'll get to it, I know.
Yeah.
10 years at North Melbourne, he's under fire now because, we're not doing so well. But it's the players, mate. It's not the coach. The coach does everything.
He can't play out there.
No.
So they do all the training drills. They look good all through the week.
It really annoys me.
Yeah,
really
I agree with
me,
you.
So.
At the end of the day, every AFL player or every rugby league player is taught to throw, to kick. Same with football. If they're 10 metres out, 20 metres out, they're designed to kick the ball, pass it to one another. Some of the skill level is just terrible, though, isn't it? And that's got nothing to do with the coaches.
It's horrible.
So, also, just jumping off that so we keep moving quickly, also the Panthers, also through the week, general manager, which was Phil Gould, the great Phil Gould, who's on all the shows. And good. Been tied up with State of Origin, with New South Wales legend.
Yeah.
Him and the Panthers coach, which is Ivan Cleary.
So leave Bolton alone.
Huh?
So leave Bolton alone.
Yes.
We'll
leave him. We'll talk about that, Corey.
We'll get to
that.
Yeah.
But with Ivan Cleary, what happened years ago, Phil Gould had to sack him when he was at the Panthers.
Yes.
And he's come back, and they reckon there's been a bit of a rift between them.
Yep.
Now, Phil Gould said that his job as a general manager is actually, he believes, is irrelevant now. It's defunct or whatever you want to call it. So he's saying he's stepping aside. So Cleary's got the reins at the Panthers at the moment, and Gould initially, I think where this may have happened, is that just before he came back, he was after Wayne Bennett, our old mate. How many firms were after? How many sides were after Wayne Bennett?
Well, he's 130 years old.
Well, he was after him, so I know. It's because Gould sacked him in 2015 as a coach, and because he's come back.
5 years old.
So they're playing the game, Jeff, where it's just sort of at the moment. He's going, Gould's going, Cleary's got the reins. He's stepping aside so that the club can get on with it. He's been an absolute great servant to the club. So that's
I said last week. It's just mudslinging backwards and forwards between all these old coaches and.
Yep.
But anyway, tonight's game: Bulldogs versus the Cowboys, Panthers versus the Rabbitohs.
Yes.
That could be a good game actually. Saturday, West Tigers versus the Titans, Broncos versus the Sharks, and then Sunday's the Sea Eagles versus Manly versus Raiders. That'll be a very good game. Yeah. Raiders are doing extremely well at the moment.
They are, but
James Bridger, is it?
remember I did a little bit of a ladder where I thought things would.
Yeah.
That's turned up.
Well, I've actually got it here, Glenn. And then Sunday the Knights, Newcastle play my team.
So it's a little bit like
Eagles.
AFL at the moment. Perhaps it is all up and down a bit.
I did have it somewhere,
didn't we?
Or maybe I didn't bring it with me. But I did have.
It's okay.
I had copies. Oh, here we are. I got the ladder. So what have we got, mate? We've got the Roosters on top of the Storm. Yeah, which we expect.
That's pretty right.
But the Raiders are sitting third. Rabbitohs fourth.
Yeah, well,
look at my Eels, mate. They're sitting
fifth. The Eels are going well.
Dragons sixth. The Manly is seventh, and your Sharks are sitting in eighth.
They're not going bad.
So, yeah,
they're not going. That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
it's only still very.
It's only early days
so
yet.
Anything can happen. So anyway, that's all I've got for rugby league.
That's what I've got at rugby. So all the best to all the sides out there, you rugby followers. Have you got any again?
Yeah.
They got any there you want to talk about your side?
Yep.
Let us know what's going on in rugby.
Now, were you here last week when we started off? No, you weren't here last week. But have you seen the new segment of Odd Sports?
I have. I love Odd Sports.
Odd Sports it was quite weird, but I believe our producer. Look, it's
had an Odd Sport.
It's Alison's. Hey,
you had an Odd Sport.
What was that?
Didn't you have ironing? Didn't you have ironing last week?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we're going to do it. we're going to do every odd sport
I
that
don't
we
have to
put
do
up
the
on the
creases,
show.
do I?
Yeah,
Oh, no.
we're gonna do it.
I want to see you crease your hankies.
Wait till you see tonight.
Oh,
Anyway,
screw.
Ali, let's go to odd sports. It's up
Yeah,
to you.
build
This
this.
is your segment, mate,
No,
not
it's
you,
not mine.
Ali.
It's
It is
yours.
odd sports. Let's do it. Just going to odd sports over here, Glennie, for podcasting because you can't see what we're putting up. But,
Right.
what do you got there, Al?
The first one is Barbie racing. Would you like to talk about that one?
Barbie racing.
Barbie Jeep racing.
Barbie Jeep racing. You ever heard of that?
Barbie Jeep racing.
Yeah.
No. Obviously, it's got something to do with the old... Yeah, I mean, it's what it is, isn't it?
Little cars that you sit in. Yeah. So Barbie Jeeps and stuff.
Yeah.
And let's chuck it up there, Al. Let's have a look.
You ready?
Yeah.
Maybe you can watch over here so you can see what's going on.
Yeah.
There we go.
So we have an.
It's a redneck sport over in
Well,
over in the USA.
In the USA.
Good
Well, they
old
can only do the
USA.
old
we've got something on the
USA.
big screen up there, mate. Have a look.
Ah,
at
there
that.
we go.
Crikey.
There it is.
Crikey.
What do your viewers think about that? Do you reckon that could be... I mean, they might.
Oh, look at
I
him
reckon.
go.
I reckon if you like a bit of, there's no saying, isn't it? No pain, no gain, or
Well,
what do
as
they say?
I said, mate, all of these odd sports we're going to bring to the froth, and you and I are going to do them as challenges.
We're going to do these.
So,
We're going to do that.
Yeah, we
I
might.
reckon, you know what? Straight down Mount Wellington.
Jeez. We're in trouble.
I was thinking.
We're in-
I was
Going through gully track.
I was thinking down your driveway, but I don't know.
We're
about
in
there.
trouble. No, we'll find a dirt.
We've got a few hay
dirt
bales
hill.
to stop you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we'll
might
be
need.
right.
We might need that.
We'll be right. So, but yeah,
Dunes at Lewis.
that'll do.
There you go.
That'll
Sand
do.
dunes at Lewis.
And we are going to
Beautiful
do it.
spot down
We're
there.
going to do
Good
extreme
idea.
mining, and we're going to do the other one that we had. What was last week? Extreme mining and something else.
Oh, there was a couple. There was that. The beer mile.
The beer mile.
Well,
We've got-
I'd be good at that,
We've got to
I
race
think.
two or three laps around a thingo and have a beer every lap. So
Geez, that might be a little bit like Luna Park.
could be the start to a
That
good
might be
afternoon.
the start of Luna Park, where I didn't throw up, but there's a fair chance I will after doing that.
Would you like to have a look at the next one?
Have we got another one?
There's another little one. You'll be able to talk more about this one.
Okay.
Not a lot of information, but I just found it
Okay.
interesting with the two bikes. Here
Look
you
at
go.
that!
Alright.
Look at that! He's still up.
Oh,
That's
that's
spectacular,
crazy,
isn't it?
crazy stuff. That's locked up.
Here's
Anyway,
the next one.
what is
You
what is
guys-
this one
You
out?
guys can have a chat once you've seen it.
Mm. All right, so
So
that's
that's a variety of bikes, yeah.
so a mixture of different bikes, and the clacker gets up and wins. So
Well,
Japanese odd sport for you. That
what
one.
is it called? Japanese what?
It's Japanese motorcycle racing.
Oh, look at him go.
he has. He's. Tell you what, they're mad, mate. I couldn't do that.
We won't be doing that.
I'm not doing that.
Well, I could do it, but I don't think. Look, his handlebars are all bent up as well. Look at him; he's so upset.
How can
He's
he
so
won that
upset.
on that? Anyway,
Because he's just an extremely good rider. Anyway, that was Odd Sports for tonight. Well done, Al,
Well
the
done.
producer.
Well
You've
done,
done
Al.
well.
I enjoy it. I like it. You know of that we're missing. Send it through.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Let's get into AFL.
Now let's get into it, mate.
Mate, I started off
Yeah.
with St Kilda. Oh, the St Kilda supporters outside. St Kilda president Andrew Bassett has suggested
Andrew
that
Bassett, yes.
Shane Warne may have a role to play.
So I believe.
at the Saints.
Yeah, I've heard this.
Now, I've got here, he's been praised during his playing days for having one of the smartest minds in Australian sport.
Yeah.
Bassett welcomes the idea of Warne joining the ranks of St Kilda. Bassett hinted the 145 Test great could even be representing the Saints on their board.
That's what I've heard. So what they've done, the Mighty Saints, they've wrapped their arms around a couple of ex-champions like stars like, Brett Ratton was a great coach at Carlton in his own right.
My word,
He was very good down there helping Hawthorn, and now being at... so the Saints have pulled off a coup getting Brett Ratton, I think. Billy Slater they brought in for their tackling, and but it's not a bad thing.
Well, they're obviously doing all right.
And they brought in Dermot Brereton to do their forward craft.
Dermot.
And he's a knowledgeable. Well, hey, mate, at the moment you need everything you can get because you are on the march. You are on the march, the Saints. So if you get all these good people in, it's and as you said now, Shane Warne. The reason Shane Warne's a passionate. As you said, a passionate St Kilda supporter, and he's always been there to help out. And what I've heard is, as you said, to get on the board. Oh, that's interesting.
Looks like Rewell's going to miss 8 weeks.
Yeah. Well, I've got something on that. So, but look, I think St Kilda they're doing well at the moment. There's only one problem for the Saints at the moment, and it's going to be injuries because they've copped a fair bit of injury, haven't they, at the moment? So
just listen to the audience. It sounds like we're in a room with a bunch of cows eating.
Well, we are.
Got some platters.
It's Friday night.
It's
Friday night. You frothy
It's frothy night.
And no, look.
Oh no, he's brought the mac and cheese.
The Saints at the moment looking good, but they Geary, the courageous captain. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
He the other week when they won, the Saints got over the line at the MCG. He ran in front of this guy going for goal, and he went head he just ran straight at him. He had to try and stop him from kicking the goal, and it was a very gutsy effort. But unfortunately, he could be out for 8 to 10. He could be out for the rest of the year.
Oh, really?
And they've already got out their full forward, the big guy.
Rewell?
No, not. Well, he's out.
Oh, I know he's out.
Who am I thinking of?
Did Rewell go back too early?
Could have. Well, no, that's his other leg. It's his other leg, mate. He's done his, yeah. So, but anyway, look, obviously the Saints have got a few out.
Oh, look at this. Mac and cheese.
The Saints have got a few out, but look, as long as they can keep most of them on the park, I think they can go from strength to strength. The biggest thing about St Kilda, I was just about to say, is that they trained when all the other sides were not doing that, and I think their fitness is getting them where they wanted to go.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Sorry.
I've got a question to ask, and I'll ask the audience. That was a bit out there, wasn't it? Hey, bit left field. St Kilda's now currently sitting in second, third, somewhere in there on the ladder. Do we think they'll stay there?
That's what I'm saying. I think they can really do well. But I don't think. Well, hopefully it doesn't go crooked me here. But I reckon they could finish top 8.
Yeah.
Definitely now top 8. I reckon they'll finish in the top 8, but probably not the top 4.
Yeah.
But that's
I agree with that.
But if they keep playing,
is this a result from the rule change, or is this because your team?
No, I just think they're super fit. What do you reckon? Super fit?
But I also think that Ratton could be sneaking.
Yeah.
I think that the coach.
Carlton was silly to get rid of Ratton.
But I think St Kilda have embraced guys like Ratton to help Richo, and that's a gutsy move because now we always think it's one coach, but it's not. And I think they got Brendan Lade in, didn't they, from Port Adelaide, Richmond.
Is that the bloke?
Oh, you big tall bloke.
You got lady.
Yeah.
Lady.
Anyway, no, they got him. So they've got some good people there. So I just think they're trying to wrap themselves around some big personalities. The young fellas are playing well, and good on them. That's what I reckon. But anyway,
now this isn't a sponsored sort of chat here, but I just want to say that the chips that I've just tried are the new mac and cheese by who makes them?
Any good?
Smiths.
Sandboy. They're all right. Smiths. They're all right, aren't they?
Smiths from Smithton.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese.
Hey, there's Smiths. Send us some chips for free because we just promoted your products. Can I just tell you, just while we're on AFL,
Yeah.
there's a lot more football to talk about here, but the Fremantle Docker players, there's 2 guys in their team who've hit holes in ones. I know it's AFL, we're talking golf. 2 hole-in-ones on different courses on the same day, but 2 different players. All right. So Hamling and Landon, right? Both hit. One hit 140 metre par 3, right, at Glen Iris, and the other one,
Glen Iris.
This guy here, Landon, 292 par 4. He's hit a hole in one. So 300 metres basically. He's hit a hole in one. He hit it flush and in she went.
That's
So
in metres too, isn't it? That's massive.
that's huge. So that's a 300 metre hit, and he's got a hole in one. They walked up to the hole and
Do you think
couldn't
it's
find
just
the
showing
hole.
off?
Yeah. Anyway, so,
No,
yeah.
unbelievable, mate.
All right.
No, well done, you boys. I've just got something here
Talk
on
to
your
me
side.
about North Melbourne
Okay.
while I have a chip.
Are they playing tonight?
Have a
Yeah.
check, mate. Now, North Melbourne are playing tonight, so
Yeah.
they're playing the Port Adelaide side tonight. Now, North, we just spoke about rugby, Jeff.
Oh, sorry.
You're right. I want you to talk with your mouthful. We just spoke about the stinging criticism North has got from greats Kerry and
King.
and David King. Now,
King, he's gone
the
ballistic.
comments were Kerry's comment was North is becoming irrelevant,
Yeah.
and King said the club has lost its famed shin boner spirit. Now that's coming from the greats. Now, Brad Scott said it hurts. This is what he said, but understands the frustration. That North, obviously now that you're sitting on the bottom of the ladder, that can turn around.
Yeah, well, if you turn it around, we're on
It
top.
can turn it around exactly, and you'll be on top. Now, there's a lot of work there to be done. Now, Jeff, this is to you and the viewers with North Melbourne. Do you think you have recruited well enough? That's one question. Just before you go,
Yeah.
there's 2 questions here.
Yep.
Do you think you've recruited well enough?
Yep.
And the second question to that, and this is coming from me.
Ooh.
Do you think that you should you're gonna like this, relocate to Bellreeve and be the next OR side? You've got a small supporter base, and so all you North Melbourne supporters want to have a go at me. You can have a crack now,
Please do.
and
Please do.
you've got plenty. Now you've got plenty of money in the
do.
coffers at the moment,
We do.
and I think that with the money that you've got, it's either you keep going back to the draft and get the good kids that you need.
Yep.
I think that
Well, we
Polak. No, can I just say? I think
No.
Polak is a really good player. Not sure about the other guy from Port Adelaide.
Spanger.
No, he was
Well, he looks
Jesus.
like he looks like Spanger.
Well, you need more than
Star
Jesus, right?
Spangled.
You need
Petard.
Jesus at the moment.
Petard.
Petard. I think he's not a bad player, but
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
Aaron Hall's doing okay.
Sensational.
Yeah, so at the moment they reckon you're slow in the midfield. This is not me. This is what
All right.
that's what they reckon.
All right.
What do you think?
All right. What was your first question?
First question was, do you? What was it?
Have you recruited?
You recruited. Sorry.
Yeah, look.
Have you recruited?
I think they've done well with recruiting because I mean, look, obviously,
I'm going back over the last
Yeah.
2 to 3 years too.
you know, the last 2 to 3 years we've been bringing young kids into the system, and they've been trying to bring new kids through. We've had the odd. We're missing Jared Waite massively this year.
Can't put all your eggs
But-
in one
No, I know
basket.
that. I know that. We are missing him massively.
But a Sam Walsh that Carlton got, you just haven't got one of them.
No.
So why not a number 1 draft pick or number
Look,
2?
we knocked, as you know, a couple of years ago, the Petrie, the Frito, and
Yep.
Six Del Santo, and
Yep.
and one of the best players ever, or Brent Harvey. Yeah, I want to say that. Yeah.
Well,
and
actually,
it's-
funny enough, there was a joke on one of the footy shows the other night,
Mm.
and one of the guys said that Harvey could come back and play there right now,
He probably could.
and he's probably about 30. What did he play?
Right.
38.
38,
He's training with
39.
They reckon he's that fit.
39.
They reckon he's that fit that he could go out and get a kick now.
He probably could, and
But
we shouldn't have got rid of him.
But the problem is, Jeff,
He was training with St Kilda,
Zeeble.
wasn't he?
Zeeble
Harvey?
Yeah.
Zeeble's
The other
been
day?
taken out of the midfield,
Yeah.
and he had his possessions were 6.
But
And
this
you
is-
know he's a better player than
But
that. Why?
But this is what I'm saying with the new rules that they've adopted. And I look, I don't want to cry foul that the rules have knocked us, and this is why we're bottom of the ladder. But But why is it Gold Coast and Carlton and St Kilda and everyone are starting to play well at the moment? Because you've got young players.
No, that's
and
what I'm
it's
saying.
fast.
Is it pace?
It's a hot potato
It's
netball
pace.
game, as I said
That's
before.
pace, yeah.
It's get the ball and get rid of it.
So
And
he's a bit slow in the midfield.
it's just hand pass. And I reckon there's coaches out there who haven't adopted to the game, to the new style of the way it's been played.
Why have you spoken about the elephant in the room? What about North Melbourne's coach?
Well, that's. I was just about to bring that. Well, we're going with that. So he's been there.
He's
is
10
he
years.
nearly 10 years.
It's 10 years.
So I reckon. Do you think it's time now to move him on? And
Yes.
Someone's made a comment during the week. I don't know who it was, but they said that John Longmire from Sydney, the horse, should come to North Melbourne, and Brad Scott should go to Sydney.
Well,
and
That was
let's
James
swap.
Bradshaw on the
Brad,
radio.
some of the as you said, I've heard different things from some of the greats. Some of them did say that second time round coaches can be better.
Yeah.
Brad Scott, it doesn't mean he's out of the game. He could go somewhere and be
Oh
sensational.
no, he'll be good.
I mean, they got rid of Brett Ratton, and look how he's going. I mean, he always was a good coach.
I don't think Brad's done a bad job.
No, I don't think he has either.
You know, he's managed to get us into finals.
He has, and this year we're only talking about this year, but all of a sudden, you know how fickle it is. So what I'm saying to you is, everyone keeps saying
I know.
you haven't got a big supporter base.
No.
Where are you going to go?
I don't believe Bellerive Hobart is the answer for North
No, we
Melbourne.
only want winners.
No. Well, I'm glad you said that. So Hawthorn just keep there.
I hate to say this because I honestly believe that the team that Tasmania will get will be Gold Coast Suns. That's my opinion.
No.
Gold
Why
Coast.
would you bring the Gold Coast Suns down
Gold Coast
here?
will not survive.
They won't
They-
survive.
they won't survive.
They won't survive in the weather at the moment. It's 2 degrees out
There's a
there.
name change.
Gold Coast won't
The Gold
survive
Coast Ice
up on the
Kings.
Gold Coast. You've heard it here first. Everyone knows it.
Right. Well,
The AFL has just been throwing money and money and money into the Gold Coast, mate. And
what
GWS are doing all right because they're starting to win. Well, let me tell you a little story here because they put a report on. They put a report on the other day. The GWS membership now is up to 20,000 or something like that. Now, what they don't say is that includes all of the kids as well.
and the women as well.
It probably does. It
That-
probably
that-
does.
that might include
So
the
when you
women
see
as well.
membership
And they've
these
got a
days,
strong
it's
women's
actually
base,
Oz
haven't they?
kickers included as well. So 20,000.
Yeah,
So they've
so-
probably got 10 to 12.
And no, that is a massive area. You could fit Hobart into Greater Western Sydney about 10 times, couldn't you? 20.
Maybe.
But
How many have Richmond got?
the other thing is
How many?
One thing I was just going to say to Corey there is it Corey?
Yeah, Corey.
Corey Oakley.
Yeah. Leave Brenton Bolton alone.
Leave Brendan Bolton. I agree with you, Corey. So if to answer your question, mate, while we're talking about North Melbourne, Carlton at the moment are going okay, and I think that you are on the right track. You've got good players on every line. McKay, he's starting to stand up now. You've got probably a couple of the best centremen now with young Walsh and Cripps in the middle.
Yep.
And I think if you can, your big fellas up, Cruiser, if he can actually get on the ground,
He
stay there.
struggles
He struggles.
with injuries.
But
doesn't he?
you're going well. Wouldn't be surprised. You could upset Hawthorn down there on Sunday. Hope you don't. But,
Is this here? Is it?
it's here. It's up there in Lonnie, but certainly capable of doing that. So all things aren't bad there for Carlton, even though never liked us in the 80s.
Oh! No,
Anyway, no, it's all going well.
They're probably
It's going well
a
for
year or two away, but they're actually
yeah,
looking
they're on the right
they're
track.
more
So
high-scoring.
it's the answer is what I'm getting at with North Melbourne, and there is a thing why I mentioned this, and Carlton with Hawthorn too. Do you go back now to the draft like Port Adelaide have done, and now they're playing? I mean, the kids they got, they're not just number one. They are top draft picks. They got 4, and then all of a sudden they're playing them, and look where how they're going at the moment. There's no.
Is this Port Adelaide?
I reckon they're going well. Yeah.
Wouldn't be funny if North Melbourne beat Port Adelaide tonight, then, Glenn.
Well, that is just exactly what needs to happen, Jeff.
It does,
That's
and
exactly
it
right.
won't.
Well, it could,
It won't.
but anyway, that's what we need to happen.
Let's
But,
let's
anyway,
have a
get
look.
off that.
Let's have a look at the ladder just quickly, and not the top 8 because we know the top 8 is Geelong, Collingwood, St Kilda, Richmond.
Yeah.
All right, but 2 there have already played their 6th game. Let's have a look at the bottom. So North Melbourne on the bottom. Melbourne is in 17th. Sydney is in 16th. Carlton is in 15th. Bulldogs 14th. Hawthorn 13th.
Yeah.
Now,
It's all right.
did you
Hawthorn what?
13th? Unlucky for some.
Excited there, Glenn?
Been in every game though.
What do you got there?
No, they're struggling.
Corey said, we're okay. Crips for Brownlow and Walsh. Nab Rising Star.
Yeah, probably not. I agree with the
Who was that?
Rolling
Crips
Star.
Crips for Brownlow and Walsh.
Yeah,
Now
well,
Rising
Crips could win. Yes, he could actually do well in the Brownlow. He's a gun, Corey. By the way, no argument here. And Walsh will be a. You've got two sensational players there. And young Fisher's the other bloke he didn't mention.
Yeah,
I reckon he's a good player too.
Yeah, it's got too many bones in him though.
Yeah, you pick through him, can't you? You can pick through him.
Too much salmon.
Too much salmon. All right, you got any more on AFL?
Not a thing, mate.
Oh, look, I've got a quick one, and look, it probably doesn't even need to be read, but Chris Mayne, all right, came from
Looks
Freo.
like a seagull, doesn't he?
He does,
Yeah.
he does. Reckons he used to sit in his car crying, and he'd ring his girlfriend or wife and say, I don't know what to do. This is when he moved from Freo to Collingwood.
Oh, okay.
Because he took a
have a chip.
big deal, go chip, talking to seagulls. And, talking about anxiety and moving to a new club. And he would sit in his car and wouldn't be able to get out and go to train and stuff. So, yeah, he's getting back on track now. But that came out in the news today. But
He's played well for Collingwood.
well, yeah.
Did we tell the news guys that?
He rang me. He rang me.
That's
He
a
rang
pretty
you,
deep
He did.
thing to tell
Yeah, I know.
somebody.
Breaking news.
So did the next guy. He rang me too, Daniel Ricciardo. So that was AFL. You're done with AFL?
I'm done with AFL.
Done with AFL. Done with North Melbourne. We'll watch a bit of the game tonight, but I'm
Well,
not.
can we just we're going to mention quickly about Anzac Day. Well done too. We didn't mention we mentioned the Anzac games, which is going to continue, isn't it, over the whole
Yeah.
over the whole remainder and that.
We should probably have
all
a
the best to
flame
all the ex-servicemen and
Yeah, we
sport
did
and
say
all.
that. Yeah,
And,
yeah.
I think it's fantastic. That's about it. That's all I was going to say. about
Well, I think war sucks. I know. I think we should not have it ever again.
I don't think we should, but unfortunately, that we're fortunate enough to do this
Unless
show
somebody
and that.
pisses us off.
No,
Unless we get pissed off by somebody.
Exactly. We got we're up to 50 minutes already, so we're going to start.
well, we're going to
start
fly
moving-
then, are
we're
we?
gonna start moving along.
We've got tips and all to go yet.
Daniel Ricciardo reckons that he's going to be a threat, and he's starting to come through the fields. I don't know about that. I think his Reynolds.
Well, you've got to talk the game.
He's a fair way off. Alex Peroni, as we've had him in the bar, thanks to Eddie over there.
Great man.
Eddie,
Great
well
man.
done. Alex's race is the 10th and 12th of May, which is not next week, week after. Week after. So we'll be bringing that to you here, or bringing
Well done, Alex.
that to you.
Go,
So
mate. You'll be right.
Go, Alex.
Give it your best.
We're right
Give it your
behind
best
you.
shot.
Can we get that live? Is
Yeah, it'll be on Foxtel Live. Yeah.
Herring will be on Fox.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know what the time difference will be, but we'll certainly be up watching it. We might even have an Alex Peroni Formula 3 party. So
be great.
I think that's the way to go. Supercars, Glenn, the Mustangs are dominating.
Selling.
They've won Mustang selling. They've won 9 out of the 10 races so far this year. So they've
We always
told
liked Mustang.
the Mustang they've got an advantage for aerodynamics, so they have to change their rear wings. So
Well, I think that was like Winks. He was a bit of like that, wasn't he? Really?
Winks or Wings?
Winks.
Paul
Paul
McCartney.
McCartney.
Winks.
Oh!
Winks.
Um,
Was a
yeah.
Mustang, wasn't he?
So Winks is a Mustang, isn't he? He is.
Well, he's retired now. He's going to give us another Winks.
Now here's a guy that I hate talking about, as you all
Kyrgios.
know. Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah.
He's made the news for
Favourite.
helping someone push their car home. So I guess that's good news.
Well, that's geez.
Depends whether or not he was the one that broke
no,
Do
he
you
drove-
reckon-
I think he knew him.
Do you
but
reckon he asked him for money when he
Probably,
after at the end of
probably.
it? He probably
or,
did.
or threw his tennis racket at him, or
Probably, yeah.
shoes, or something like that. Now here's one that you know.
Jarrell Miller.
Boxing.
Yeah.
Jarrell. He's the big.
Yeah.
What
big-
is he? The big bunny or something?
He's
Or-
the yes. I can't remember the big. I did say that.
You made me laugh when you did it.
I
eh?
know he's the big bunny or something. I can't remember what they call
Well,
him.
he's failed a drug test.
Well, that's why he's a bunny.
which we talked
Well, he's a
about
bunny
last
because
night.
he's just bailed. He's a druggie.
So this is Jarrell Miller against Anthony Joshua. It's a heavyweight fight that was destined for June.
only cause Red Bull keeps sooking.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, they are sooks for Red
They
Bull.
are. Just because they drink too much Red Bull, they get all high on their
Hyper.
caffeine.
They're hyper.
Well, they're
Then they
hanging off
come
the.
down, they cry.
They
They
keep
cry
hanging
babies.
off the ceiling fans after that.
Evans, this Miller tested positive for GW1516, HGH, and EPO, human growth hormone. They reckon it's the worst case of doping in boxing they've ever seen.
Well, we would have got knocked out.
Well, this is you.
I know. I watched him box. I've seen that guy box on TV, but I'm telling you, Joshua would have knocked him out.
Oh, I've seen him move house, and I've seen him box as well. He's packed those boxes, and
that's
packing boxes.
might have another drink on that.
Yeah, bad jokes. He's been refused a license, and he's unable to fight. Gone. No good. Golf, mate. Australia's most recent winners, Jason Day and Adam Scott, are teaming up.
I just played in the Vishnu R Open too.
Did you really? How'd you go?
Went all right. I only got on the practice green, but anyway. Sorry, mate. Keep going. Yeah, what'd you say?
So they're teaming up in a doubles tournament. There's 80 pairs taking part at the TPC Louisiana, and this will bring him into the President's Cup because I reckon that they're going to play doubles together.
So
Adam Scott and Jason
Smith,
Day.
is he in there?
I haven't seen his name. No, Cam Smith. I think he's gone back to Melbourne.
He can play.
Well, he can play, but he's not showing it. He's not showing it at the moment. So we've done that, and I think we've done that. So it's up to
Cleve's tips, I reckon.
We've got some Cleve's tips. Rightio, what have we got here, Clevey?
Okay, you've got my brother's teeth in. What is
How I can have a chip while you're doing that?
No, this is it. So, look, as I said to you with these tips and that, you better have a look at the
mac and cheese
TAB tomorrow. But if you want to get on fixed odds, you got to really put in early in that for your tips tonight because they won't change. If you wait till tomorrow, it's going to go up and down, and then you got to look at who's in and who's out. But
exactly,
we're a little bit over the place at the moment. Morphettville, we've got race 5, horse 7.
How are we going with our money?
We're going okay. We're going up and down like a yo-yo.
Where are we?
We're sitting midfield.
Where are we?
We're sitting a couple $100.
All right. We started off with $130, $120.
We've been up to 280. We go up. We go down to 130. We jump up to 200. We go to 240. We jump up and down. But anyway,
Roger that.
It's okay. We've had a few winners. We've had a few losers, but
it's all right.
Anyway, let's hope tomorrow we go all right. But anyway, race 5, horse 7, Guy Trash.
Who?
Guy Trash. And listen, he's a favourite. This is my tip, and this is massive money.
Oh, yeah.
$2.15 as a fixed win. We might have to put 20 on it.
What's that? Oh, right.
$2.50. Anyway, Caulfield, race 6, Flying Crump.
No, hang on a minute. Now, hang on a minute. You know we don't have bad language.
I didn't say flying crap. I said flying crumped.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead. How much is that paying, Glenn?
Well, he's a favourite, this guy. But if we got him now, we'd put him on as $5 for a fixed win, which is pretty good. Otherwise, he'd be paying nothing.
Get on that. Get on it.
Caulfield race. What did I say? Caulfield race 3, horse 1.
What is it?
Twitchy Frank. And
stop calling me Frank.
Twitchy Frank, you'll get $2.90. His last couple of runs have been terrific.
Yes.
Race 6, horse 5, Groot.
Groot.
At the moment, I like this horse, but right at the moment, if I put him on tonight, you could get him as $12 as a fixed. Get on that. I reckon that's a good bet. Race 7, horse 8. You've got to put plenty on this if you like your.
This will be you, Matt.
If you like your tips and your, but Mr. Quickie. Mr. Quickie's paying $1.75.
How's that go with Mr. Twitchy?
I wonder, how do you pick your horses, mate?
It's very easy.
It's on names,
I'm telling you, this is.
Lizzie thinks they're all sexual. How's
These are
sexual?
in no order. If you was going to do an all-up bet,
yes.
If you was going to do an all-up bet, you go Guy Trash, Crumped, Groot, and all up on Mr. Quickie. There you go. So that's what I would do. But so Mr. Quickie's only paying $1.75 as a fixed win.
Wow.
Race 8, horse 2, Waging War.
Yes.
And that's what we'll be doing on Carlton at 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
Let's see about that.
$5 is a fixed win. Mm-hmm. Race 9, another good horse, Ashlaw. This is all at Caulfield, $3.90.
Yep.
$6.40 if you want him on the tote.
Yep.
And then you can go up and down. Eagle Farm, race 5, horse 5, Deep Sea, $3.30 fixed win.
Yep.
And race 9, horse 6.
Jeez.
I think you was a Winter Bride lawyer, wasn't you? But that's it, Winter Bride. 440 fixed. So that's it.
Ice cream.
That's Cleve's tips.
That's Cleve's tips.
Okay.
That's Cleve's tips.
Alright.
Hey,
Please do.
my
Off
goodness,
we go.
Groot.
Some of them, we'll turn it around. I think we'll go over the $300.
Well, there you go. You've heard it here. You've heard it here. We're
I
up
think we
over
might get a little
300.
bit of value.
We'll
there.
come back next week and tell you how much we
hope,
won on the
hope
weekend.
the conditions are
It's
good.
been, now, just hurry because we're really going late and the game's about to start.
Ah, well, they are.
Who cares?
Data, mate.
Now
We do. We
no,
have-
we don't. We
no,
don't have
we're
time
on,
to do on
no,
much
no.
tonight.
You kid.
No, don't have time tonight.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going for Richmond.
now listen,
Oh, sorry.
we both got 6 each last week, so we're still at 15 all. So we're
Oh.
we're level pegging. So this week I went Richmond. You went
Yeah.
Richmond.
I went Richmond. Well, you should have that.
Essendon or Collingwood.
Did you? Eh?
Who'd you go for? Essendon or Collingwood?
Mate, I went for Collingwood.
Yeah, good on you. Yeah, look, I've already marked it. I've marked it. Now, Port Adelaide, North Melbourne tonight. Who are you going for?
Well, okay. I've got to go for Port because it's there.
I'm going for Port as well. Gold Coast versus Brisbane.
Oh, what's that Metricon? Oh, that's a real toss-up. I don't know. Jeez.
Quick,
I'll go Gold Coast. You go Brisbane.
Gold Coast. I'm
No.
going Brisbane. Yep. St Kilda, Adelaide Crows.
What's that Marvel, isn't it?
Yep.
Go Saints.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. Geez, I don't know. I'm going for an upset.
You got Adelaide.
I'm going to go Adelaide.
I think St Kilda's the upset. But anyway, I'm going St
No,
Kilda.
I think St Kilda. Sorry, I think St Kilda will win, but I'm
Hey?
Higgins is a late out for North.
who?
Higgins. It doesn't matter. We're not going to win anyway.
I think St Kilda will win, but I'm going only because of our tipping.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Adelaide.
Well, okay. We'll keep it interesting. Yeah.
All right.
Sydney, GWS.
Thomas.
I'm going GWS,
Yeah, same here.
and that's in Sydney too. That's
Yeah.
at the SCG.
Fremantle, Western Bulldogs.
At
Lukewarm
Optus,
says go
where's that?
Blues.
Yeah, I'll go them.
You
yeah,
got to go Fremantle. Sorry?
We've got lukewarm, go Blues.
Lukewarm.
Lukewarm, yeah. Thanks, Luke.
Is that someone new?
Yeah, well done, Luke.
Lukewarm. Thanks for coming on the
Well done,
show,
mate.
Luke. Great to have you here, mate.
Yeah, join in,
Who's he
mate.
go for, sorry?
It's Carlton.
Another Carlton supporter. Well, you've got a few Carlton supporters on the show, haven't we?
Do you think, Luke, we should bring back the Bluebirds? That'd be good.
You've got them all now.
Well, and Glenn's talked him up tonight too, so you'd be happy about that, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. Hawthorn. No, I think St Kilda are good.
Can we come back to this one?
What?
Hawthorn Carlton?
I'm
We'll do that
going
in
for
a minute.
Hawthorn. You can put me in for that. You pencil Hawthorn in.
What do you reckon? Hawthorn Carlton. What do you reckon? What was his name? The guy who just come on then?
Corey. There was Corey and
Luke and Corey. Guys, I'm doing this for you. I'm going to go Carlton.
Yeah. So that's gonna.
Carlton.
And this is a good one. Geelong and.
West
Now
Coast.
that's a real. This is a stinger.
It's a card in here.
Yeah, but they got done. GWS beat them
Who?
down there. To beat the Cats down there.
Oh, okay, so you're going
And
to
we softened them
So
up.
you're going to pick West Coast there?
What? Yeah, I'll go them and you go Cats.
Really? You're going to go West Coast?
Go Cats.
Why not?
Go Cats.
Okay.
Peter
I'll go
Wood.
West Coast.
Peter Wood, go Cats.
I think Geelong will win, but I'm going. Yeah, I'll go the
All right,
Coast.
no, it'll mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
Now, listen. Next week, Collingwood versus Port Adelaide. We've got to do this before we go.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
Friday night.
Well, I'm going Collingwood.
Collingwood.
Yep.
Yes, am I.
This next week's.
Yeah, just that first game.
Yep.
Because we always miss the first game. So there we go. We're done.
Okay,
That's
we're
it.
done. Well,
Right.
Well done, mate.
I think that's it, mate.
All the viewers in the audience with me.
Yeah.
We're in
thanks.
for a big night.
Thank you, guys. I think so. Oh, yeah, we've got a big smoked lamb
Oh,
on the smoker and
yes.
some ribs and some beef and pork ribs and yeah, we're in for
Sounds
a
good,
nice
doesn't it?
night.
Lucky I've been at Jenny Craig's the last couple of months.
And Rocky Road, exactly
Road.
right. Don't forget, guys, the more you comment
Oh.
and subscribe and like,
Yes.
you earn entries into the book. In a couple of weeks' time, we're going to have the master,
The
Ken
greatest,
Peace.
the greatest man. I tell you what, if you want to know, we've said it a million times. I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
You want to know anything about sport?
Yeah.
The masterpiece. He's the
And
guy.
if you haven't seen our first interview with Ken, jump on board, have a look at our videos. You'll
Yep.
find it on there. We've done a few interviews with different people,
Yep.
and we've got some real crackers coming up. But Ken Peace is coming back on. Have a look at his interview because he talks about Wayne Carey, Jason Dunstall, and
He does.
it's endless.
And we've got some exciting. Can I say that?
You can.
We've got some exciting people coming up, and we're not going to let you know. who that
No,
is.
no.
That's it. We have got some really, really good ones coming up. So
Anyway.
You guys
See you
just
next week.
keep tuning into
next
the
week.
Frothies and
We're
yeah.
Oh.
I said me next week.
Keep
Al next week. Yeah.
We've got the great. Yeah, well, actually, you're going. Where are you going?
I'm at Agfest next week. So.
You're at Agfest, so we've got the beautiful Alison sitting there next to there's beautiful Glenn next to them. That'd be a joke.
That's enough for me to say.
No, that's
good
it.
night.
No, I'm gonna have to hold your face up there next week.
Probably.
Alright.
Someone's going to fix the frothy sign up too, because that is
What's
shoddy.
Leah?
That's shoddy, Leah.
Leah's got the camera. You're in charge of it, Leah. That's it.
All right, Glennie.
You're in charge of the lot.
Thank you, ladies and
Oh, your
gentlemen.
darling wife out
Thank
there.
you,
Sorry, no.
thank you, audience, for joining us this evening. Hope you had a good night.
Thank you.
Yeah,
We'll
thanks.
go watch some footy and go and have a big feed.
Go
Thank you, everyone,
Hawks.
for joining us.
Do you
Thanks for
say go
subscribers.
north? Go north.
Go north.
Come on, go Hawks.
Come on, the
Corey,
Blues.
Go Corey.
Go the
the
Blues.
Go the Blues. Go the
Go
Blues.
the Blues.
All right.
And we'll see you. Well, I won't see you, but these guys will see you next week. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
And get onto the Facebook page and like that as well. And have a great weekend, everyone. And we'll see you next week.
Cheers.